Hello, world. Joe DeCharis, CPA extraordinaire, coming to you live from downtown Metro Manila for another exciting interview with our resident expert on getting clients, LinkedIn, and just being an awesome mom, among other things. Welcome, Coach Yanyan. How are you today?
Good evening. Good evening. Happy Monday, everyone. So, for those who's watching, good evening, everyone.
Yes, and I know you always have an entourage of followers. Uh,
How's your birthday, by the way, before we forgot? How's
that
your
was
birthday?
excellent. I've been telling everybody it's the best birthday I've had since last year.
Really?
So,
It's a simple birthday with your loved
yeah,
ones.
yes, a lot of happy birthdays. Yes, and thank you, you and the rest of the Bedrock team for the excellent birthday surprise. It was delicious. Yeah, I
Your team
spent
member, yeah.
the day with my girlfriend. We went to the casino, and I actually didn't lose that much money, and we had a lot of fun.
I
So,
know, right?
yeah, I think I wound up losing like 1,000 pesos. So it was, and if I don't lose that much, it's a win. It's a win.
Yes.
So
1,000 is only,
and
it's only 50. How much?
yes,
$2 or not?
no,
$20.
that's like $18, I think.
$18, yeah. Good
Yeah,
evening, Annabelle, yeah.
Annabelle is here. Yes. And so tonight, we spent a lot of weeks just talking about LinkedIn. And I'll
Mhm.
tell you, you taught me a lot about LinkedIn, and I've been going into it a lot more. And I realized, uh, because now I reach my limit on how many people I can connect with.
Mhm.
Okay. And the message came up that I could follow people. So following somebody, I guess, is not the same as connecting. Do you know, can you be connected and follow them? Or are you already?
Both. I think both. Connect and follow. You can follow them and connect. There's an options on LinkedIn. Connect and follow.
Yes, okay. Connect and follow. So
But
there's
I don't
some
know the
overlap.
difference as well. I don't know also the
Yeah,
difference.
I'll have to check on my chat GPT because
Yeah.
that's become my go-to person. But what I have, and I didn't even realize this. I have 9,500 connections and like almost 9,000 followers.
Wow.
So, and most of it, I think most of it's happened in the last like 6 months. I hadn't
Mhm.
been active on LinkedIn for years because I kept getting spammed. I kept getting, insurance, all these financial people that want to sell to an accountant. So I just avoided it. And then I realized, I said, to do what I have to do, that to do what I want to do, I need to be on LinkedIn because
Yes.
that's where all the business people are. Facebook is great. Facebook is great for me for the group. For the group. So uh, that's how I make this. So I spend a lot of time on Facebook because, that's where my groups
Mhm.
are. I've been spending a lot of time on LinkedIn. But there's a lot of features on LinkedIn that I had no idea about. For instance, I just thought because I got a newsletter from one of my clients. I was like, this is interesting. So you can do a newsletter on
Subscription.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. Yes, there
Yeah.
is.
So I did, and then you could schedule it. So I made a mistake. I did three newsletters. I scheduled one for because I want to do one every week. I scheduled one for next week, and then I hit publish. So I published two yesterday, and I actually already have like the last time I looked, I had 288 subscribers. I was
Nice.
like, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful. So now I got, yeah. And then I
I
had
was
a
didn't explore that yet. Soon I will explore, but I think that's powerful. You have at least engagement every week for them. If you want to
yeah,
share some.
you can actually. It's different than just doing a post. And then I think I guess when people are subscribed, you know that they're going to get the newsletter.
Yes.
So I've been personally creating a lot of content. I read a lot. I write, and so creating content for me is not that difficult. Especially now I have ChatGPT, so
Agree.
you can do
Me
blog
too.
posts. Yeah, yeah.
Very
So
helpful.
and I have the paid version, but they also have free versions. So for people that are watching, and we have
10
Mario,
million viewers. It's
we have
Luz, Elsie, Israel, Marivic, yeah, and
Elsie,
Sarah. Yeah.
yeah. So Israel. So Israel was a guest on my Friday night student interview. So we've been interviewing students. So the people in Jumpstart, this information is extremely valuable because it's a way for you to get your name out there without spending any money. Yeah, you got to invest the time, right? But you got to spend time. If you want to have an agency, you're going to have to invest time, right? It doesn't just happen overnight. And to do a newsletter on LinkedIn, all you got to do is you go to the whatever that box is where you're going to post, and on the right hand side, you have an option to do a newsletter. And
Mm.
I was like, this is easy. It's simple.
Yeah.
Now maybe for some people, writing is, they haven't written yet. But and you taught me this. Just write about what's going on with you, what your struggles are, right? What
Yeah.
your wins are. People just want to hear from you. Would that
Agree.
be accurate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today, I was looking through my Facebook, and Bella was looking, and she saw you. She's a fan of yours now, and she sees two things. And first, she sees, oh, Marianne's hiring. What is she
Yeah.
hiring for? Your task-wise thing. And I was like, oh my God, you're hiring for a paralegal for a law firm, accountants, bookkeepers, virtual assistants.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're
That.
you're posting it out there, and I'm like, my girlfriend saw it, and so
She wants to apply.
I don't
She's
know. I don't know.
interested.
That might
Yeah.
be a conflict because
Thank you.
we have to talk about that. But the point is the power of social media, right? The power of social media. And now I think since COVID, because people are online more than ever, and you could connect with people that you never were able to connect with. You could connect with influencers, right? I see what you've done with the top 100 LinkedIn influencers. So
Yeah. I'm
that
wearing
get
the jacket now. I'm
I'm
always
sorry.
wearing this one. I'm wearing the jacket for
Oh
our
wow.
so I
Oh
have
cool. I see
like
it.
so I always
Yeah.
wear it now. Yeah.
So now that gives you obviously credibility, but now that expands your network, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know that you've been helping me and Jumpstart. Every week we have an expert coming on, and you've reached out to your network, and they give every week. I'm learning something new. This week was what was her name?
Confidence.
Darby,
Delby.
right?
Confidence. Also
Delby.
one of the top 100 on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and she talked about uh, over. uh, building up your confidence, right?
Mhm.
Which is important for a lot of people. Accountants are really, and I'm an introvert, right? You're not an introvert. Definitely not.
No,
Uh, I don't think you're an accountant,
nobody
even
will believe that I'm introvert.
though, and we had Cap Anderson on, right? Is it Henderson or Anderson?
Who's
Cap,
that?
the guy that wears baseball cap. And he was talking about, how to be successful as an introvert.
Raya,
And, all of these topics are important. They're all important because, there's not like uh, what would I say? Like a cookie cutter recipe for
Mhm.
starting an agency. Okay. And we're going to get into this because a lot of it has to do with working on yourself. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, because you mentioned that all of the informations are already on social media. So for those, I always said to those person or people who's losing hope on getting clients, it's just a matter of being resourceful on where they can find the jobs. I always tell them the one you shared that 26 million business owners, and even I have a client talking to different accounting firm in the US, they totally agree that there's a huge scarcity and demand when it comes to bookkeeper and accountant. One of the firm in Miami, Florida, even told us that the people in America are hard-headed. They don't want to learn the accounting anymore. So that's why they love Filipino. They love how's the culture of the Filipino, how they work. So it's really true. Even that's why I'm always amazed when the American always vouch the Filipino because of our work ethics and culture. So yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I remember when I was growing up and the American culture, it's changed. It's
Mm.
changed. We have, like, my kids are what they call millennials. And yet
Mhm.
we have, whole, uh, what do you call it? Tens, maybe 100 million people that grew up with cell phones. And, so when I was growing up, we went out and played with our friends, right? Now, they don't go out. So the whole American culture really has shifted. When I was younger, it reminds me of the way the Philippines are now. So, that's why I think the American people really uh, relate, can identify with the Philippine culture,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yes.
but the accounting shortage, and this is great news for all Philippine accounts, the accounting shortage isn't just in the United States. I think it's a
So
worldwide
yeah.
problem, right? So you have Australia, you have Canada, you have the U.S., uh, all countries that speak English too,
Agree.
right?
Yeah.
If you speak Spanish, I'm sure that Mexico and Spain, and then you have the European countries. So, there's I call it the perfect storm of opportunity.
Yeah, that's
And
why we're here to educate those Filipino accountant. That's why I'm always saying for those accounting graduate, you have a great future. You don't need to go to other country to work because the opportunity is already here. All you have to do is, you know, collaborate, support, community support, and upskill, continuous learning. Before I come in, there's a lot of inquiry now in the community asking for US tax. They want to learn how to do the US tax. And so there's a hiring of tax preparer and bookkeeper, and I have the video of those interviews that if you say to the accountant or accounting firm that you learn about enroll agent and the US tax, it's a plus factor. So one of the question, am I share one of the question of the tax firm, how would you prepare yourself or update yourself to the IRS. What is your, you know, what are the things that you're doing to really learn and update yourself on the IRS? So that's a good thing. Meaning, even in America, they really want someone who knows tax. The form, actually, the 1099, those 1120s. Now I can relate, but while I'm listening in the interview, I'm learning a lot. And even the what's the code for the form for the nonprofit 990?
Oh, the 990.
Yeah, so meaning I even in an interview listening on to the question and answer of the client and the VAs, I'm learning while I'm listening to them. So I am so amazed that we're really on the right path, teaching those accountant to learn US tax and payroll. Yeah.
You know, this what's going on now remind, and I wasn't in a position to capitalize on this because I didn't have the background. When when desktop computers first, because when I started, desktop computers didn't exist. Okay, we did accounting by hand. So first, you had that watershed event where now everybody was starting to use computers. So if if you had that knowledge, it was like unlimited opportunities. You could become a computer programmer. You could fix computers. You could learn about the different software programs. So that was like an unbelievable opportunity. And that's part of why there's an accounting shortage. A lot of people that may have gone for accounting said, hey, I could become a computer programmer, right?
Mhm.
And then when the internet started, now all of a sudden you need people that can do web design, graphics. I have a friend that became rich just hosting websites.
Yes.
So, and I'm looking at what's going on in the accounting industry right now, and I'm like, oh my God, this is like those two events that were like, oh, and then you had Apple, which became almost like a cult.
Yeah.
So all of that drained the talent. You know, if I was going back, if I was going to school now, I don't know if I would go. Well, actually, no, I would go to school for accounting because of the opportunities.
Yeah.
When I went to
But
school over 40 years ago, accounting was the opportunity. People that went to school for computers, they were like, oh, they're geeks. Who wants to learn computers were like mainframes,
yes. The old
uh,
computer with the white, the old type of computer, the
the-
DOS, the Lotus
right,
one.
uh, the big computers. So, but they were in the right place at the right time, and
Yeah.
that's where I believe all of the Philippine accountants are. I see people
Hi,
like
Sir
Chris,
Rafi, Lisa, yeah, accounting
you know,
people.
and so these workshops that we've been doing every week, the what you're doing, the accounting peoples, where you're actually introducing people, hey, you could be a freelance accountant, right? Like this is really, really something for everyone to be excited about, uh, because
Yeah, because you know what? I just like today, you see my post. Imagine 3 years ago, I started freelancing and started this kind of working remotely, and still there's a lot of people doesn't know how to do it. So meaning, the every week, every month, really there's opportunity for growth and learning. So we just need to educate them that again, hey, there's an opportunity. Just watch out and follow us. Learn from us and learn from our mistakes, and of course our, in a way, success story. They call it success story to follow, and also to be an inspiration that there's always a big opportunity for an accountant if you only knew how big It's like an ocean. You have to really
It
swim.
is.
You just have
It
to swim.
is. And sometimes, people could get lost in the ocean. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Taxes, because we talk about income taxes, right? But then because people kept asking me about learning payroll, so then I created the payroll course. Now people are asking me about sales tax, so I'm creating a sales tax course. Both of those types of taxes, you could make a career out of them. You could only do sales taxes and create an agency just specializing in sales taxes. You could create your own payroll agency and only do that. You could, and we're gonna talk about this in Jumpstart. You could decide, hey, I like working for not-for-profits and make a career out of that. So I see Malona a lot. You know Malona, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's always talking about real estate accounting. So you
Mhm.
could niche down. So there's all kinds of opportunities for all of them. But now let's get to the topic for tonight. Okay?
I thought that's
Because
the topic already.
well, I love to talk about Jumpstart and what you're doing with accounting peoples and your elite program because you're a real influencer. And to me, an influencer isn't, oh, I have this many followers. It's how many people are you helping, right? How many people are you introducing to this opportunity? And you're introducing tens of thousands, literally, between your LinkedIn followers and your Facebook group. Uh, so you're what I call a trailblazer. Okay. Like you said, 3 years ago, you weren't doing this, right?
Yeah.
And before I met you, I didn't even know, 4 years ago, I didn't know about the Philippine accountants. And I talk about I tried every other country. Somehow I skipped over the Philippines. So yeah, this is a new. Uh, it's really, and Bedrock's mission is to disrupt the U.S. accounting industry. And I know your word for the year was disrupt, right?
Yes, you told me that.
So, but all that being said, all this opportunity,
Mm.
I always say you need two things to start a business. Number one is you need revenue. In the accounting business, the revenue comes from getting clients, right? The
Yeah.
next thing you need is cash flow. But being accountants, I don't think the accountants need too much help with cash flow. They know it. So the thing I wanted to talk about tonight with you was really about your ability to get clients. Now so your background, so you were in the insurance industry. I was in that industry for a little while, and it's always marketing, prospecting, and selling, right? You're
Yeah.
in the real estate industry, right? So you have training in this. Most accountants don't.
Yeah. Actually, I started as an online seller way back 2017 before I become. That's why my unit head in insurance company saw a potential in me that because I can sell Korean products that time. It's like a bulk orders, like a box, and I just posted in social media. The first thing that I do that time is message one by one all of my friends, hey, I have a product, would you like to buy? And there's one classmate that trusts me buy one product, my first ever product that she bought from me. And then from then I post in social media the proof and they have a good reviews. on that product, and then all of my classmates already buying, and then I even went from Batangas to Antipolo to get the supplies and sell it online. So then my unit head saw me, you have a potential to become an insurance agent, so why not join us? So that's the that's the reason. I My teacher in MBA taught me that just try marketing. Maybe this is your way of other skills. You should try. So I
Yeah.
tried.
So wait, before you go on, because you said a couple of important things. You started one by one, right?
Yes.
You contacted your friends. You
Yes.
contacted
Warmly.
people you already knew. So Larry, my coach, and our partner in Jumpstart calls that an affinity group. Okay.
Yes. Center of
One
influence.
person at a time. You just and all you did was tell them, "Hey, I'm selling these products," right?
Yes.
So it's the same thing I say with accounting. You go to the people you know and you say, "Listen, I'm starting an accounting agency." And my advice is don't try to get them as a client. My advice is, "Hey, I'm starting an accounting agency. Let me know if there's anybody I might be able to help."
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yes.
as simple as that. Okay. You don't have to be, you don't have to worry about fear. You already know these people. And guess what? They want to help you. And here's the other thing I learned, Marianne. When I get referrals, it's because they want to help those people.
Yeah.
So for the people that are sending us referrals,
You really
they
want.
they're helping me and they're helping the person because that person has a need, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So so your journey, what you did, that's how people can start their agency. So what did they teach you? Because now we're on this. So now you get into the insurance industry, which is probably the hardest type of product to
Yeah.
sell because
Yes.
it's not a product, right? A
It's
product,
intangible. You cannot
it's
see that product. It's intangible. You cannot see it. You cannot feel it. It's very
yeah.
hard.
And who needs insurance? I only need insurance when I have a problem. So I'm not paying for it before, right? Accounting is, listen, the government's bothering me. I have a problem. I need an insurance isn't like that. So what was your approach in trying to sell
Yeah.
insurance?
That time I remember, that's also the good thing about having a mentor. My unit head told me, I remember March 2020 before pandemic. I was also literally crying because I want to give up already. I don't want to be unit head anymore because there's a quota and there's a target of people to be recruited and to sell. So I told him I want to give up. And she told me, I still remember every time I want to give up, you mentioned start with your why. So she mentioned think about your son, your family, and God. That's the three person that you should consider, and then just cry. And when you wake up, you already know what to do. That's why I did. I learned FB ads that time, and that's where I get the clients, recruitment and sales. And by March 2020, 2027 sales, and April 10 sales, even pandemic, but the
Wow.
approach is very hard because you really have to, the word is to educate, not to sell. That's really the important, just educate them. Just now, even before we go live, one of my client from insurance company told me, are you still in the insurance company? I have a referral friend for you. So it still really works. So the core, maybe that's the secret. I always told my mentees, start with the foundation, which is building relationship. Every day, if you have some inquiry, just answer, educate them what to do, and that person will remember you on doing so, and then they will come back. Oh, this Miss Yan answer my inquiries. So maybe she's the best person to go to. So Yeah, that's it. There's no selling, just educate them. Although in insurance is very really very hard because again you cannot feel it and see it. Normally we said if you're gonna die, your family will get this much. So it's very, it's like a guilty, we call it guilty tripping sales,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
you're not buying it for yourself. You're buying it for the people you love.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a hard sell.
And it's very hard to tell that if you're gonna die, your family will get this 1 million pesos. But you have to really, it depends on the, it's also there's some part they taught us to really filter also the client. There's some questions how urgent they need. If there's no urgency on their need, that's not your ideal client. You have some question on entertaining with the clients, question to put in the client that it's answerable by yes or no. Is this urgent? If yes, I'm gonna continue the presentation. If not, maybe we'll talk about next month. I'll go back of 6 months or next
Yeah.
year.
So you're talking really about qualifying the client, and
Yes,
I think
qualifying right
we can
client.
cover that. We can cover that next week, where we can do a deep dive into avatars, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so so the important part that you mentioned is educating, right? You're educating them. So, start with the people you know, one at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time, I think, is important. Because you can't, let's face it, if I had 10 clients to onboard now, and I'm doing this a long time, I have a team, we have all these processes. If I had 10 new clients to onboard today, I mean, we would do it, we'd figure out a way, but that's a lot of clients. It's a lot easier to onboard one client at a time, because guess what? You don't just take them as a client. We have to educate them. A lot of what we do at Bedrock is educating them. This is what we need you to do. This is why we want you to do it. And that's it. That's client onboarding. But let's get to what you do today, because I try to follow your formula. Okay? Because your formula works. It works. And I was sitting here like, how are
Yeah.
you getting all of these people to join accounting peoples? And you said, I know where they are and I know what they want.
Yes.
Right.
Every
So,
day there's a lot. As looking for opportunities, they want to learn. Some of the posts in Facebook group, I'm looking for a job. I want to work from home. I have experience, 8 years experience in accounting, doing this, but I don't know where to start. I don't know where to apply. And then I think accounting peoples go there. And then there's an inquiry I will answer. So
okay, so you're talking about, so getting people into your Facebook group, right?
yes.
So what do you do? Do you like connect with them, or do you just give them a link and invite them to the group?
Yeah, I tag the group and then answer. A while ago, there's some inquiry about, yeah, like if there's any course teaching Australian bookkeeping, I want to learn. If there's a course in US tax where I can learn this one, so I'll just tag the community and then if they message me, I will walk through the process. Where is the when will be the course will happen? What is your expectation? Just join this group. Just join this Skype group chat. So, I'll assist them, then answer their inquiries.
Yeah. And then after they join, you give them a lot of value. You don't just, oh,
Yeah.
join the group, but you're always active in there. You have a lot of courses. Then you do what is it? Every morning you check in with them. You say good morning.
Yeah, good morning, just to set the day. That's to say that my thoughts are with you. So I think that's the most important thing.
And
I
that's why, when
yeah,
I met you, you had 1,500 members. But what got me was the activity. You know, I knew I had a friend once, she had 80,000 people in her group. Think about that, 80,000 people. And you had more activity with 1,500. And the reason is because of what you do on a regular basis.
Because
So
that's the
let's,
consistency, habit, because habit builds your discipline and identity.
yes. So let's end this with what I think everybody wants to know, because, you know, I have a couple of communities. I have the Jumpstart and I have the tax preparer group. Uh, and we asked them, what is your most pressing issue? And I'd say 95% of them say what? What do you think they
Getting
say?
clients.
How
Getting
do I
clients.
get clients? So not only, you know, so you built up this tremendous group. I've never seen people close clients like you. Okay. So I'm good at closing them, but most of them come to me from referrals. You're going out there getting cold leads. So
Cold
how,
email. I do cold emails now, and it works. I think through two cold emails, and it works.
but you need people's email address.
I have because I'm good at lead generation. I know where they are.
So that's a key. That's a big key. You know, my friend John Limbacher, he puts, because he loves fishing. Everything he teaches is, oh, if you know, if you want to catch this kind of fish, you got to know where they are,
Yes.
right? So you
And their
got to
email,
know.
their asset, number one asset. Remember the time that Meta Facebook crash? I'm not panicking because I know I have their emails.
Yeah, I learned that too with the marketing group I was in. They said your email list is your most valuable asset. Facebook, LinkedIn, they change their algorithms. They'll ban you. I got like my advertising on Facebook got shut down like 2 or 3 times. They don't even tell you why. They're like, you
Yes.
violated our rules. I'm like, which one? You know, so yeah, your email list is important. But what do you do? So okay, I have 9,000. No, we have 14,000 emails. What do you do with the email that you're
But
getting
of
clients?
course, none of them are will be active or opening. That's why you really have to create an activity and learn what's their pain point. I remember I sent one email and the girl after I sent an email, then she asked me, "Where did you get my email? How do you learn that I'm aspiring freelancer?" So meaning, because in the community there's a few questions before you can enter in the community. So what's the purpose of joining? Most of them are have looking for a job, want to learn bookkeeping, aspiring. Only four looking for a job, wanna learn bookkeeping, aspiring freelancers, and just continuous learning. So that's it. So you cannot go wrong with that problem. So all you
So
have to do is
you already know because these are people that joined your group, correct?
yes. Every day
Okay.
I read those answer. I'm reading the
What
answer
about
before
when you have a formula on LinkedIn?
on
Okay, which
LinkedIn.
yeah. So I tell me if I'm wrong. You make the connection, right? And
Yes.
then you offer them something like a checklist.
Now ebook. Today I posted, and if you want to be a freelancer and want my ebook copy, so they will leave their email before getting the ebook.
Okay, so you're giving that to them, and you get. So what do they? They have to go to your website and download it.
No, yeah, there is a site that you have to download the ebook, and then they will need, of course, their email before we will send the PDF copy of that ebook. That ebook
Okay, so
is
what do you
free.
have a landing page then, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, and so what we're talking about really are lead magnets.
yes.
right? And honestly, I've heard about lead magnets for years, and I'm like, what the heck is a lead magnet? So now I know it could be an ebook.
Cheat
Checklists are
sheet,
big.
cheat
You taught
sheet,
it.
yeah,
I'm sorry?
cheat sheet. Yeah, we call it cheat sheet.
Okay, you call it a chit sheet. And again, now you can create an ebook from ChatGPT,
Yeah, I
right?
did it for one of the AI. I asked them to create me an ebook about this one, and I put my pictures. And that's it.
Yeah, and it works. That's the bottom line. It works. So
Mhm.
you find out where they are, you find out their pain point, and then you educate them. You give them something that they can use. Now you got their email. Now you got a chance. Hey, listen, and this is what I learned about marketing. First rule is you give them something, right? You give them value, teach them something. Then what you want, and we can go through this the next time, what you want to do is get them to buy something. Get them to buy something for a little bit of money. And I learned that there's a psychology behind that because you're not going to sell a big ticket item to somebody right away. If you
That's
get
it.
them to open up their wallet, give you their credit card, what they're saying subconsciously is, I trust this person. So then when you want to hit them with a big item, they already trust you.
You
So
don't
there's
need
a
to
psych
sell them anymore. They're
yeah,
ready to buy.
right. That's why, so when I tell people, listen, payroll is a great product to put out there. Why? Because you could do it very inexpensively. They don't have to know, like, and trust you. Okay, payroll is like a commodity. The American people are going to go with, how much are you going to charge me? And the cheapest ones out there are $50 for one person, and you got to do it yourself. So we start, and I haven't started marketing this yet, but we offer it to our clients for $30 a month. It's still a good product. We make money on it. But once we have them as a payroll client, Marianne,
Mhm.
now we could offer them the taxes, the accounting, the bookkeeping.
Upsell.
Yes, upsell. We'll talk about that next week. All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
Marianne.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
for those who's watching on LinkedIn, there's a 9 million viewers on LinkedIn and 13 million on FB group. So 15 million on FB group. Thank you so much for watching.
All right. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Have a good night. And we will see you again next week with another uh, training exercise, right, Marianne? We teach.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is no more secret.